Hey everyone, it's Pat from Pat's Over Music. Now, as you know, at the moment, this month of December, I have a little bit of time on my hands. So if you're wondering anything or you want to see anything, definitely let me know. If I can work out a way to do it that helps out many people, I will definitely feature you in a video and make a video that will hopefully help you and thousands of more other people. So I thought this comment was really interesting, and it was, Pat, I've been playing for, I'm playing at the moment for 4 or 5 hours a day. How often should I tune my guitar? Now, regardless of if you're playing 4 or 5 hours, or even 10 minutes or 20 minutes per day, or even 10-20 minutes once a week, I would suggest that you tune, unfortunately, you probably won't like me saying this, every sort of 5 minutes. Now, I know you might be thinking, whoa, why would you tune your guitar that many times? Well, the thing is, even though you might have a guitar that sounds like it's you may have a guitar that sounds like it's in tune. If you actually were to stop and test it out, it's pretty good, but I can hear it's a tiny bit flat between the two thickest strings. Now, to put it into perspective, this is a very sort of high-end guitar, but the strings are quite old. I definitely need to change them, but I can't go out and get strings at the moment, so I'm stuck with these old strings. But to put it into perspective, I've only been playing for maybe 5 to 10 minutes. And the strings are a little bit out of tune, because I do strike the strings quite heavy, but it's quite humid in my room. It gets hot with the lights on. So there, I would definitely say tune every 5 minutes. Now, if you're thinking, wow, but that's gonna make things so frustrating. I'm gonna have to be constantly tuning. What's the point of having a really nice guitar if you have to tune all the time? Or, Pat, I'm just a beginner, I'm an intermediate guitarist, and my guitar, I have to tune it. It's gonna make me not wanna play. The main reason why you need to tune your guitar, you must tune your guitar as often as you can, is to make sure that your ear is in check. Because if you're playing guitar that is even slightly out of tune, what's happening is your musical ear is developing problems. You're causing it future issues because your ear is getting used to the sound of the guitar being out of tune. If you've wanted to learn a song by ear, like you turn on the radio or you put on a YouTube video clip and you want to start playing it just by ear, just by yourself, you need to have a good ear. So if your guitar is out of tune, you're training your ears to hear the wrong thing. Also, if you're sort of playing over a backing track and you're soloing and you're wondering, why does it just doesn't sound good? Is it me? I'm horrible at guitar. I'm gonna throw it out the window. I'm never gonna play again. It could just be that your guitar's out of tune. So any note that you play, even if it's the right scale or the right notes within the key, is gonna sound bad because your guitar's not in tune. Now, the other thing to think about, and this is something that not a lot of beginners know, so I might actually make a whole separate video on this, is guitar setups are the most important thing in the world. Now, what I mean about that is, don't just think that when you get a guitar, you can just buy some strings and you will be good to go. You tune it up and everything's great. With guitar, because it is made out of wood, it came from once, a living thing. In the future, once they start making guitars out of material that doesn't sort of change and is rigid, then we'll be fine. But at the moment, because it's wood and it expands and it shrinks depending on the weather, not only does the strings change tuning, but the whole neck shifts a little bit. Very sort of tiny millimeter differences. It's really hard to see unless it's really sort of out one way or the other. But what that means is your guitar might sound in tune over here. Might sound great over there and you tune all the open strings and it sounds brilliant. But what happens when you put your finger all the way up on the 12th fret? Now that fret is just the open thinnest string, but an octave higher. Now, if you were to use a tuner, if any notes on the 12th fret are either too sharp or too flat, then that means your guitar has to be set up. Now, all of that means is you pay, depending on where you live, you could pay anywhere from $30 to $50, $20, depending on where you live in the world. You take your guitar to a music shop or to a luthier and you say it needs to be set up, and they will make sure and check it's in tune. Because that's the other problem. You might tune your guitar and you think, oh, it seems like it's in tune, and then you start sort of playing and soloing and writing songs, but the higher you go up the neck, the more out of tune it is. So again, you're damaging that musical ear. So how many times should you tune the guitar, or how often should you tune the guitar? Really, every 5 to 10 minutes depending on the type of guitar, the quality of the guitar, and how old the strings are. I know it sounds frustrating, but what will happen is over time, because you'll be so used to tuning, you will just be able to tune by ear. You'll hear a string and you'll immediately go, ooh, that's a little bit out of tune, and you'll be able to tune it by ear. But you can only build those skills if your ear is used to the guitar being in tune. Hopefully that answered your question. If you have any other questions or comments or just things that you've always wondered about guitar or technology or guitar technology, definitely leave me a comment below. If you want to learn more about guitar theory, head over here. Or if you want to learn more riffs, how to write songs, all that stuff, head over here. I've been Pat from Pat Dave Music. I'll see you again maybe tomorrow.